Hey everybody, Bruce II here. You know, every 50 episodes we like to celebrate reaching another milestone by playing a game with sharks in it, because sharks are awesome! So today we're going to play some Sea Hunt. For your Atari 2600, let's go ahead and take Sea Hunt with that beautiful shark on the cover. Let's pop it in the 2600 Junior and see how it holds up today. Let's go to the game! Sea Hunt was published by Froggo and carries a copyright year of 1987. As is the case with other Atari 2600 games that Froggo published, it is not an original game, but rather a repackaged older title. In this case, it's hard for me to pinpoint who exactly created this game, as it was published in the early 80s by various labels around the globe under various names, including Scuba Diver, Skin Diver, and my personal favorite, Fisher-Price. The back of the box says the following: put on your swim fins and get ready to dive into adventure. But be careful, because your search for the treasure of the sunken Spanish galleon is filled with danger. Man-eating fish and vicious sea monsters infest the waters where you must dive, and you have only 60 seconds worth of oxygen for every dive. You can use your harpoon gun to destroy the man-eating fish so you can enter the sunken ship and recover the 3 treasure chests filled with gold doubloons and pieces of 8. But watch out for the hungry sea monsters that guard the treasure. They are pledged to destroy all strangers who dare to enter their watery domain. And be very, very careful not to get close to the sticky walls of the treasure ship, or you may remain forever a prisoner of that watery hold. Sea Hunt is a 2-screen aquatic action game for 1 player only. According to the manual, there are 4 game variations, with an A difficulty switch used for slow speed and B for fast speed, although honestly I really didn't feel much of a difference between the speed and game variations. You start in a boat on the first screen, moving left and right to position yourself and pressing the button to dive in. However, you must be very careful diving in, as you are helpless while going down about half the screen's length, and touching any of the sea creatures causes instant death. This means your best bet is to dive when the top 2 sea creatures are on the opposite side of the dive. Once in the water, you have 60 seconds of air before losing a life. You could swim with the joystick and press the button to fire your harpoon gun, but you cannot fire while moving, and once you fire your harpoon, you are frozen in place until it returns, potentially making you a very easy target. If you are able to clear out all of the fish, you can enter the Spanish galleon on the bottom, but you must be careful, as new fish can spawn from the galleon itself, sometimes leading to a surprise death as you try to enter. Once entered, you could try to collect the 3 treasures on the bottom by hovering over them and pressing down, although the hit detection is really poor at times. Oh, and you cannot fire your harpoon gun here. Instead, pressing the button while moving left or right makes you do a swimming dart move. Oh, and the walls, they're sticky, and it's possible to get totally stuck on them. Oh yeah, and the sea monsters will spawn from the bottom, maxing out the 3 on screen at a time. At any time, you can return to the top screen even if you haven't collected all the treasures. Scoring-wise, for every fish you harpoon, you get 500 points. If you get 1 treasure chest, you get 500 points. If you get a second treasure chest on the same dive, you will get 1,500 points. And if you get all 3 treasure chests on the same dive, you'll receive 11,500 points. However, to collect any points, you must return to the boat by touching its center and pressing up before you run out of air or before you die. If you do die before returning to the boat, you don't get any points for any of the work you previously did. You can also return to the boat just to refill your air if you want. When you do return to the boat, it's possible for more sharks to appear on screen, but like below, you can only have 3 fish on screen at the most. Graphically speaking, the game is okay looking by 2600 standards, although the sea monsters on the second screen look more like Space Invaders to sea monsters. There is a decent, albeit slightly out of tune ditty that plays in between games, and the in-game sounds are pretty basic, but if you do score points when you return to the boat, you'll hear an ear-piercing ding for every 100 points you have earned. That means if you got all 3 treasures, earning over 10,000 points, you'll hear well over 100 of these terrible dings. Ouch! That'll teach you for going after sunken treasure. Family-friendly wise, the game would most likely get an E for everyone rating if released today. Currently at PriceCharting.com, the game has a value of $15 loose, $15 complete, and $45 new. So what do you think of Sea Hunt for the Atari 2600? I'm glad the cool artwork didn't convince me to buy this game from Myers when I had my Atari 7800 in the late 80s, because despite featuring sharks, this game is terrible. This game is full of cheap deaths, especially when learning how to dive. Harpoons have to be aimed perfectly to hit the fish, as they can go right through fins. Navigating the second sticky screen, trying to pick up treasures is frustrating. Just picking up the treasures can be a real chore. The ding score sound is awful, the cheap spawn deaths can drive one mad, and not earning points because you died before reaching the boat is just the icing on this awful cake. The actual idea of the game itself isn't bad. It could have actually been a decent game, but the execution truly stinks, making this game one of the worst on the system. So where am I going to rank Sea Hunt? It's going to be very, 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 very low. Really close to the bottom. I'm looking right next to another Froggo re-release gem in Karate at the 250th position. But since Sea Hunt has a second screen, it makes a little bit more sense in the gameplay department. I'll give Sea Hunt the edge. So out of the 254 games that now ranked for the Atari 2600, Sea Hunt is sinking to the 250th position. Sea Hunt is a frustrating mess to play, but that's just what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Also, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on the Twitter. Join the Discord. Support the show at patreon.com/NoSwordGamer and click the bell so you don't miss any future videos. Thank you for giving me a little part of your day and helping me reach 750 episodes of the No Sword Gamer. Take care and watch out for sharks and terrible gameplay.